Believe it or not, a tiger's roar can freeze its prey. Tigers don't just roar to be scary, they weaponize sound. Their roars include infrasound frequencies below the range of human hearing, which can travel over 3 kilometers and physically affect the animals that hear them. These vibrations resonate inside the prey's body, inducing a stunned, frozen reaction that some scientists describe as a kind of temporary paralysis. Unlike normal fear, this physiological response slows motor functions and clouds judgment, just long enough for the tiger to close in for the kill. Researchers believe the sound may interfere with brainwave patterns or trigger a panic reflex that immobilizes the animal. Nature has effectively given tigers a long-distance stun gun. It's an evolutionary superpower that dramatically increases their hunting success. Can you believe where Chicago's nickname came from? The Windy City is a title that's often thought to refer to the chilly gusts that sweep through the city, but there's more to the story. This nickname actually traces back to the late 19th century, during a time when Chicago was bustling with ambition and pride. As the city prepared for the grand 1893 World's Columbian Exposition, its politicians and promoters were known for their grandiose speeches filled with lofty claims about Chicago's greatness. Their speeches were so lengthy and boastful that the term windy came to symbolize this overflowing rhetoric rather than the weather itself. This was a unique way to highlight a city that was brimming with confidence and trying to make its mark on the nation and the world. So while Chicago does experience its fair share of breezy weather, its nickname owes more to the spirited conversations and pride of its citizens than the blustering winds rolling off Lake Michigan. Next time you're in Chicago, remember that the wind might just be the size of all those proud voices from the past. Did you know temperatures can unite at 40 degrees? It's a curious fact that often surprises people. The Celsius and Fahrenheit scales actually meet at one chilly point, 40 degrees. This means that a temperature of 40 degrees is exactly the same as 40 degrees here. So, if you're freezing in Canada or shivering in the US, you could say you're experiencing a true temperature showdown at that point. But how did we end up with two different temperature scales to begin with? The Celsius system, developed by Anders Celsius, is based on water's freezing and boiling points, while the Fahrenheit scale, created by Daniel Gabriel Fahrenheit, uses a different reference point. This fascinating intersection not only highlights the quirks of temperature measurement, but also shows how different cultures can develop unique ways to understand the natural world. Imagine a thermometer at 40 degrees. It doesn't matter if you're in a Celsius country or a Fahrenheit land. Everyone agrees it's freezing. Now that's a fun fact to share while sipping hot cocoa on a cold day. Did you know sloths can hold their breath for ages? You might think of sloths as the slowpokes of the animal kingdom, but they have some pretty amazing skills too. One of their coolest tricks is the ability to hold their breath for up to 40 minutes. That's right. These laid-back creatures can dive underwater when they need to, which comes in handy for a couple of reasons. First, it helps them stay safe from predators, as they can slip into the water and disappear. But it's not just about hiding. This impressive breath-holding ability also lets sloths reach new food sources. They often live high up in trees, and sometimes they need to take a dip in the water below to munch on some tasty leaves or fruits. Sloths are perfectly adapted to their leisurely lifestyle, which includes moving slowly and spending most of their time hanging out in the treetops. So next time you see a sloth, remember they're not just about slow living. They've got some remarkable tricks up their furry sleeves when it comes to survival in the wild. Imagine a cobra warning you with a scent before striking. When a cobra spreads its iconic hood, it's not just for show, it's part of a multi-layered defense system. The dramatic display makes the snake appear larger and more menacing. But some species go even further. They secrete pheromone-rich saliva to signal territory or attract mates. And if that doesn't work, spitting cobras can eject venom up to 1.8 meters away, aiming for the eyes to cause temporary blindness and severe pain. This venom isn't just toxic, it's a precision chemical weapon. The cobra's combination of bluff, chemical warning, and physical defense makes it one of nature's most sophisticated survivalists. No other snake combines these tactics with such chilling elegance. Curious about life in the Sahara Desert? Believe it or not, this vast landscape, known for its scorching temperatures and endless stretches of sand, is home to over 500 species of plants. You might think such a harsh climate would mean little to no life, but these resilient plants have developed remarkable adaptations to thrive in such tough conditions. Many of these plants, like the date palm and various types of succulents, can store water in their leaves or stems, allowing them to survive during long dry spells. Others have deep root systems that tap into underground moisture, and some even have special waxy coatings to minimize water loss. This unique flora plays a vital role in the ecosystem, providing food and shelter for various animals and even helping to anchor the soil to prevent erosion. So the next time you picture the Sahara as just a barren wasteland, remember that it's teeming with life, illustrating nature's incredible ability to adapt and flourish, even in the most extreme environments. Surprising truth about bottled water revealed. It might blow your mind to know that many popular bottled water brands are simply filling their bottles with water straight from your local tap. Yes, that's right. Instead of untouched springs, these brands often source their water from public water systems, which means it can contain all the same minerals and additives, like fluoride, that your tap water does. So why pay a hefty price for something that comes from the same place as your kitchen sink? On average, bottled water can cost hundreds of times more than tap water, leading consumers to wonder if they're really getting anything special. The bottled water industry often markets these products by claiming they are purer or healthier, but in many cases, it's just filtered water, and sometimes even with less stringent safety standards than public water supplies. So next time you're reaching for a bottle, consider filling a reusable one from the tap instead. You'll save money and reduce plastic waste, all while enjoying water that's just as safe and refreshing. Ever tried a pencil for a mood boost? It might sound a bit silly, but popping a pencil in your mouth can genuinely lift your spirits. This quirky trick works because when you hold a pencil between your teeth, you engage the same muscles that you use when you smile. Your brain picks up on this physical cue and starts to produce feel-good hormones, like endorphins, which can help improve your mood. It's a fascinating example of how our body language and physical expressions can influence our emotions. In fact, psychologists suggest that the way we hold our facial muscles affects our mood. So next time you're feeling a bit down or stressed, grab a pencil and give it a go. Not only is it a fun and unexpected way to cheer yourself up, but it's also a reminder that we often have more control over our feelings than we might think. Whether you're in the classroom or at home, this simple technique could turn your frown upside down and bring a smile to your face. You might be shocked to learn that floods are rising. The frequency of devastating floods along the Mississippi River is on the rise, raising alarms for farmers, businesses, and city planners alike. Each year, heavy rainfall and melting snow push water levels higher, threatening to overflow the banks and inundate surrounding areas. These floods can lead to catastrophic damage, wiping out crops that farmers depend on for their livelihood and disrupting local businesses that rely on a stable environment. Imagine losing your harvest season after season due to flooding. It's a nightmare for many. In addition, cities are facing the daunting task of extensive repairs to roads and infrastructure after each flood, placing a financial burden on taxpayers. Experts warn that if this trend continues, we might see annual floods becoming the new normal, making it critical to find solutions now. How will communities adapt to these challenges? And what measures can be taken to protect lives and livelihoods in the face of this growing threat? Is it really true that Kenya shaped human history? The answer is a resounding yes. Kenya's stunning Rift Valley has been a treasure trove for paleontologists, revealing secrets of our ancient ancestors. Imagine walking where early humans roamed 2 million years ago. This area has showcased some of the world's most famous hominid fossils, including the iconic Lucy and Australopithecus afarensis found in nearby Ethiopia. But Kenya doesn't stop there. It has also been home to remarkable discoveries like Homo habilis and Homo erectus. These findings give us incredible insight into how we evolved into the humans we are today. The variety of fossils found in this region highlights not just the journey of individual species, but also the broader narrative of human evolution. With every excavation and analysis, scientists unlock more clues about our origins, shedding light on how our ancient relatives lived, adapted, and interacted with their environments. So the next time you think about the roots of humanity, remember that Kenya plays a starring role in this epic tale. Did you know the first dinosaur was discovered in 1824? This fascinating discovery was made by British geologist William Buckland, who unearthed the fossil of a creature he later named Megalosaurus. This wasn't just any find, it was pivotal, marking the dawn of paleontology, the scientific study of ancient life through fossils. Megalosaurus was a large carnivorous dinosaur that roamed the Earth around 166 million years ago during the Jurassic period. When Buckland presented his findings to the Geological Society of London, it sparked excitement and curiosity about the prehistoric world. People began to realize that these enormous creatures weren't just myths or legends, but real animals that once walked the Earth. Buckland's work paved the way for future paleontologists to explore and understand the fascinating history of dinosaurs, leading to the rich field of study we have today. Ultimately, the discovery of Megalosaurus opened the door to exploring not only dinosaurs, but an entire ecosystem of prehistoric life, transforming how we perceive the Earth's biological history. Is it true that vultures are eco-engineers with acid stomachs? These birds are nature's frontline sanitation workers. Vultures have stomach acid so powerful it can dissolve lethal pathogens like anthrax, cholera, and botulism without harming them. When a carcass starts rotting, vultures arrive to neutralize it, turning disease-ridden flesh into harmless biomass in hours. Their digestive system is so efficient that even their droppings are less toxic than many other scavengers. But there's more. Inside their guts lives a unique community of microbes that assist in breaking down putrid meat. Without vultures, ecosystems would suffer from carcass buildup, leading to bacterial outbreaks and vermin infestations. Conservationists now view vultures as keystone species, crucial to biodiversity and public health. Their decline in some regions has already led to spikes in disease. These misunderstood birds aren't grotesque. They're guardians of balance. Did you know you can walk from Alaska to Russia? During the winter months, the Bering Strait, normally a wide stretch of water between the two locations, freezes over, creating a solid surface of ice. This phenomenon makes it possible to traverse the 2.4 miles between Alaska and Russia on foot. Imagine stepping from one continent to another, feeling the crisp, cold air, and watching the expansive, frozen landscape around you. This unique opportunity typically occurs in December and January, when temperatures plummet and the ice thickens. However, it's important to remember that while this adventure might sound thrilling, conditions can be treacherous. Weather changes rapidly, and not all parts of the strait freeze solidly. People have made this crossing, but it requires preparation, awareness of the environment, and safety measures. Whether you're considering a once-in-a-lifetime trek or simply marveling at the idea, the image of walking between two countries on ice is undeniably fascinating, isn't it? Why exactly does the Serengeti teem with wildlife? The Serengeti is famous for its stunning variety of animals, making it one of the most significant ecosystems in the world. This vast expanse in Tanzania is not just beautiful, it's a thriving habitat for lions, elephants, cheetahs, and millions of wildebeests and zebras. The annual wildebeest migration is a spectacular event where up to 1.5 million wildebeest travel in search of fresh grass and water, creating incredible scenes as they cross rivers and plains. The Serengeti's rich grasslands and diverse landscapes offer perfect living conditions for these animals, providing abundant food and shelter. Lions and cheetahs roam the savanna, rely on the numerous ungulates for survival, while elephants wander in search of fruits and vegetation. This intricate web of life supports not just the iconic species, but countless others that thrive in this dynamic balance. With its breathtaking scenery and lively wildlife, the Serengeti showcases nature's wonder like nowhere else, inviting us all to appreciate its beauty and complexity. Believe it or not, Versace's logo has a surprising story. The iconic Medusa head that graces the Versace brand is not just a stylish emblem, it has a fascinating origin rooted in history. Italian designer Gianni Versace discovered the image while exploring archaeological ruins close to his childhood home in Calabria, Italy. Intrigued by the deep connection it held to ancient mythology and culture, he chose Medusa as a symbol for his fashion house. In Greek mythology, Medusa is known as a gorgon with snakes for hair, turning anyone who gazes upon her into stone. Yet Versace saw her as a powerful figure, representing beauty and strength, reflecting his vision for bold, daring designs. By choosing Medusa, he embraced the idea that fashion should evoke emotions and provoke thoughts. Much like art, this choice has not only made the logo instantly recognizable, but also tied the essence of the brand to a rich cultural heritage. So next time you spot that Medusa head, remember it's more than just a logo. It's a story of art, history, and a fearless spirit. Let's dive into the truth about slave trades. Often we picture British ships braving the ocean, laden with human cargo from West Africa to America, but the reality is quite different. While it's true that the British involvement in the transatlantic slave trade is widely highlighted, it actually accounted for just a little over 6% of the total number of enslaved people transported across the Atlantic. The vast majority, around 90%, were sent to Spanish and Portuguese colonies in South America. Countries like Brazil and the Caribbean were massive destinations, where sugar plantations flourished and called for an insatiable labor force. This trade spanned centuries, and it significantly shaped the demographics and cultures of those regions. Additionally, the Portuguese were the pioneers of this trade, starting back in the 15th century. Their methods and networks paved the way for others to follow. Understanding this broader picture is essential to grasp the true impact of the transatlantic slave trade. Beyond just the British narrative, it invites us to appreciate the diverse histories and stories that have shaped the world we live in today. Can you believe this dog-headed spider exists? Nestled deep within the lush rainforests of the Amazon, a truly unique arachnid has captured the attention of both scientists and nature lovers alike. The dog-headed spider. This fascinating creature gets its name from its strangely canine-like appearance, particularly its head, which vaguely resembles that of a dog. Its remarkable features don't stop there. The spider displays an array of striking colors, blending beautifully into its vibrant rainforest surroundings. The dog-headed spider is cleverly adapted to its environment, using its camouflaged body to evade predators and surprise unsuspecting prey. As if its appearance weren't enough, this arachnid also exhibits some intriguing behaviors, like its unique mating rituals, which are still being studied to uncover the complexities of its life. In a world often dominated by more well-known creatures, the discovery of the dog-headed spider reminds us that nature is full of surprises, and there are always new wonders waiting to be explored. So next time you're scrolling through nature documentaries or looking for a conversation starter, don't forget about this quirky little spider from the heart of the Amazon. Did you hear about the cat that defied gravity? This astonishing tale revolves around a feline that survived a harrowing 32-story fall, a feat that seems almost impossible. Miraculously, the cat managed to escape with only a chipped tooth and a collapsed lung, both of which it recovered from. How is this even possible? Well, cats have an incredible ability to right themselves mid-air, thanks to their flexible spine and unique skeletal structure. This natural talent, often referred to as the righting reflex, allows them to twist and turn their bodies to land on their feet. While it sounds superhuman, this ability is backed by science. Their lightweight body and fur help slow their fall by creating air resistance, almost like a parachute, which minimizes injury in many cases. Nevertheless, it's important to remember that not all falls end in such a happy ending, so keeping Kitty indoors or secured on a balcony is still wise. This remarkable survival story showcases the resilience of our feline friends and reminds us just how fascinating nature can be. Why do cat whiskers really resemble antennas? Whiskers, technically called vibrissae, are far more than decorative features on a cat's face. These thick, stiff hairs are deeply embedded in nerve-rich follicles, making them ultra-sensitive to touch, airflow, and vibration. Found not only on the muzzle but also above the eyes on the jaw, And even on the paws, whiskers help cats navigate tight spaces, hunt in darkness, and judge distances before leaping. They detect air currents around objects, giving cats a kind of sixth sense that lets them see with touch. When stalking prey, whiskers track the slightest movements, helping cats pinpoint the exact location of a target. During a jump, they act like gyroscopic sensors, helping with last-second mid-air corrections. In essence, whiskers are natural motion detectors and navigation tools. Biological radar systems that turn every cat into a precision-controlled predator. Did you know about the Earth's colossal Lambert Glacier? This massive ice giant is located in Antarctica and is the largest glacier on our planet, stretching over 60 miles wide at its broadest point. Imagine trying to wrap your head around a river of ice that's as long as a small country. The Lambert Glacier flows from the heart of East Antarctica and moves at a leisurely pace, but don't let that fool you. It's constantly on the move, carving its way through rock and shaping the landscape beneath it. This glacier is not only a sight to behold, but also a critical player in global sea level rise discussions. As climate change warms our planet, glaciers like Lambert are melting faster than ever, releasing fresh water into the ocean. This can lead to rising sea levels, which can impact coastal communities around the globe. Scientists monitor the glacier closely to understand its behavior and the effects of climate change better. So next time you think about glaciers, remember the Lambert Glacier and its impressive size. It's a real heavyweight in the world of ice. Ready to explore Russia's enchanting Valley of Geysers? This stunning natural wonder is not just a beautiful spot for sightseeing. It's a geyser hotspot, housing about 90% of all known geysers in the country. Nestled in the Kamchatka Peninsula, the valley offers an extraordinary landscape filled with steam and bubbling water, creating a dreamlike scene that feels otherworldly. You'll encounter thermal pools that shimmer in shades of turquoise, while fumaroles, emitting steam and gases, create a fascinating show of nature's power. The Valley of Geysers stretches over several kilometers, making it a great spot for hikers and adventurers. You can see eruptions of hot water shooting high into the air, with some geysers bursting every few minutes and others taking their time, sometimes resting for days. This unique geothermal activity is a result of volcanic activity in the region, highlighting the Earth's dynamic geology. So whether you're an avid nature lover or just curious about what makes our planet tick, the Valley of Geysers is an exciting reminder of the incredible forces at play just beneath our feet. Imagine for a moment that chimpanzees communicate almost like us. Chimpanzees use a rich combination of vocal sounds, gestures, facial expressions, and body language to interact. Their vocalizations include over 30 distinct calls, from food alerts to alarm cries, and even soft coos for reassurance. Each group of chimps has its own dialect, specific patterns of sounds and gestures passed culturally from adult to young. Chimpanzees also gesture with intention. A hand wave, foot stamp, or chest beat can convey urgency, dominance, or invitation. In labs, some chimps have even learned to understand hundreds of human words and symbols, showing the capacity for abstract communication. These apes don't just mimic, they adapt, teach, and express emotions, ideas, and even plans. The similarities between chimp and human communication offer insights into the roots of language and the evolution of intelligence. Check out the mystery of Glastonbury Tor. This iconic hill in Somerset, England, isn't just a stunning sight, it's steeped in history and legend. Glastonbury Tor rises dramatically over the town of Glastonbury, crowned by the crumbling remains of a church tower that dates back to the medieval period. But what makes this hill truly special is its place in ancient lore. Many believe it has been a sacred site for centuries, attracting pilgrims and spiritual seekers alike. The Tor is often linked to the story of King Arthur and the quest for the Holy Grail, adding an enchanting layer to its allure. Some say that this legendary king was buried on the hill, while others believe it marks the entrance to the mythical Avalon, a land of healing and magic. Today, visitors flock to Glastonbury Tor, not only for its breathtaking views, but also to experience its rich tapestry of stories and spiritual energy. Whether you're a history buff or just looking for a unique adventure, Glastonbury Tour invites you to explore its mysteries and discover the magic of this stunning landmark. What if I told you about Dubai's stunning floral wonderland? The Miracle Garden in Dubai isn't just any garden, it's the largest flower garden in the entire world. Home to a breathtaking 150 million flowers, this vibrant oasis bursts with color and creativity. Each bloom is artfully arranged into jaw-dropping designs, making it feel like stepping into a fairy tale. The garden opens its doors each year from November to April, welcoming visitors eager to bask in its beauty during the cooler months. Among its many attractions, you can stroll through a whimsical flower tunnel that wraps petals around you like a floral embrace, or admire the incredible floral castle that looks like something straight out of a storybook. Truly, every corner of the Miracle Garden tells a different tale through flowers, showcasing imaginative displays that change each season. Whether you're a nature lover, a photographer seeking stunning shots, or simply looking for a unique day out, this garden is a must-visit gem that brings joy and wonder to everyone who steps inside. Ready for a gruesome history lesson? The guillotine, often recognized as a grim symbol of the French Revolution, is a device that makes many shudder with its chilling association with executions. But it's fascinating to uncover the rationale behind its use. This notorious machine featured a razor-sharp blade that was suspended by a rope. When the time came, the prisoner's head was carefully placed within a wooden frame, and with a swift drop of the blade, the head was severed from the body in a matter of seconds. Surprisingly, at the time, this method was viewed as one of the more humane forms of execution. It was designed to be quick and efficient, which stood in stark contrast to more torturous methods that were commonplace before its invention. Introduced in the late 18th century, the guillotine was touted by its proponents as a way to level the playing field, offering the same fate regardless of social class. Today, while we associate it with dark chapters in history, it prompts us to reflect on how societies grapple with justice and punishment throughout the ages. Can you imagine learning the toughest language around? Arabic is often cited as the most challenging language for native English speakers to master, and there are several reasons for this. First, its grammar can feel like a puzzle, with its intricate rules and structures that differ significantly from those in English. For instance, unlike English, Arabic has a root-based system where words are derived from a set of three-letter roots, creating a beautiful but complex web of meanings. Then there's the pronunciation. Arabic features sounds that are practically alien to the English ear, like the deep throat sounds that can leave even the most dedicated learners tongue-tied. And let's not forget the fascinating array of dialects. From Moroccan to Egyptian, each region has its own unique version of Arabic, peppered with local slang and expressions. This means that mastering the formal language, known as Modern Standard Arabic, might not always help you understand what someone says in a bustling marketplace in Tunisia or during a friendly chat in Jordan. Learning Arabic is like embarking on a thrilling adventure, filled with discoveries and challenges that stretch your linguistic skills to the limit. Did you know lemons love to stay afloat? It might seem surprising, but when you toss a lemon into a pool of water, it simply floats. On the flip side, limes take a dive and sink right to the bottom. So what's behind this curious difference? The secret lies in the lemon structure. Lemons have thicker, more porous rinds packed with tiny air pockets. These air pockets make lemons less dense than water, allowing them to bob and weave at the surface. Limes, however, have tighter, denser skins and fewer air pockets, which gives them a heavier weight relative to their size. Think of it as nature's little game of buoyancy. This fascinating quirk of citrus fruits isn't just a fun fact. It reminds us of how unique and varied the natural world can be. Next time you're making a refreshing drink or enjoying these fruits in your cooking, you might think twice about how they behave in water. It's a cool reminder that even simple things like lemons and limes can surprise us. Escape to paradise. Seychelles awaits your arrival. Imagine a place where the sun embraces you, the waves serenade you, and the sand feels like warm silk beneath your feet. That's the magic of the Seychelles. This stunning archipelago in the Indian Ocean is a dream destination for anyone looking to swap winter's icy grasp for tropical bliss. With its pristine beaches, lush jungles, and vibrant coral reefs, the Seychelles is like stepping into a postcard. As winter settles in elsewhere, these islands stay warm and inviting, making them perfect for sun lovers, nature enthusiasts, and adventure seekers alike. Picture yourself hiking through the verdant trails of Mahé, exploring the unique granite boulders of Anse Source d'Argent, or snorkeling in crystal-clear waters teeming with colorful marine life. Local culture adds to the allure, with Creole cuisine tantalizing your taste buds and friendly locals sharing stories of the island's rich history. Whether you seek relaxation or excitement, the Seychelles holds endless possibilities. So why not trade winter chills for sunny thrills? Your slice of paradise is just a flight away. Ever heard a mysterious hum? Discover the Tao's hum. This strange and low-pitched sound has intrigued people around the world, and it's often compared to the distant rumble of a diesel engine. Most commonly reported in places like the USA, UK, and Northern Europe, this elusive noise has left many scratching their heads. It got its name from Taos, New Mexico, where residents first reported it in the 1990s. In 1997, Congress took it seriously enough to ask researchers to investigate what on earth could be causing it. Despite extensive efforts, including sound analysis and community surveys, the source of the hum has baffled experts and remains unsolved. Some theories suggest it could be environmental factors or even industrial noise, yet no conclusive answers have emerged. Residents have described the hum as disruptive, affecting sleep and daily life. So next time you find yourself in one of those quiet spots, listen closely. You might just catch a glimpse of the Tao's hum, one of the world's biggest auditory mysteries. Surprisingly, it's a fact that Yellowstone hides a volcano. Located beneath the stunning Yellowstone National Park, this massive volcano is one of the largest active supervolcanoes on Earth. Spanning areas in Wyoming, Montana, and Idaho, it covers an astonishing 3,172 square miles. It's not just a simple mountain. Beneath the park's beautiful lakes and geysers lies a vast chamber filled with molten rock. The last major eruption occurred around 640,000 years ago, which, while a long time ago, leads scientists to keep a close eye on the area. This supervolcano has the potential to erupt again, and if it did, it could have widespread effects far beyond the park's boundaries. Visitors come from all over to marvel at Old Faithful and other natural wonders, but many are unaware that these geothermal features are just the surface of a much more complex underworld. Studying Yellowstone helps researchers understand the volcano's behavior and the geology of our planet. So the next time you're at Yellowstone, remember you're standing over a sleeping giant. What other secrets does this incredible park hold? Have you ever seen an ad change the game? In 2011, Chrysler took a bold step in their advertising strategy by featuring the iconic rapper Eminem alongside a powerful gospel choir in a commercial that would turn heads and spark conversations. With a hefty budget of $4 million, this high-profile campaign wasn't just about flashy cars. It aimed to tell a compelling story about American resilience and innovation. Set against the backdrop of Detroit, the ad celebrated the city's rich musical heritage while highlighting Chrysler's revival in the automotive industry. The result? A stunning visual and auditory experience that resonated with millions. The campaign captured the essence of hard work and determination, striking a chord with viewers across various demographics. It amassed over 16 million views on YouTube, proving that sometimes the right combination of music, emotion, and narrative can create a memorable impact. This unforgettable moment in advertising showcased how a brand can connect deeply with its audience, transforming a typical car commercial into a cultural statement. What if I told you dung beetles navigate by starlight? It might sound like something out of a sci-fi movie, but these remarkable little creatures actually use the Milky Way to find their way in the dark. Dung beetles, known for their impressive skills in rolling balls of dung, have a unique talent for astronomy. Research shows that they can orient themselves just by looking at the night sky, using the stars as a guide to keep their poop balls rolling in a straight line. This ability is especially helpful when they are trying to avoid predators or get back to their burrows without getting lost. Even on cloudy nights when the stars aren't visible, some species have been observed using the moon for navigation. Picture this: a tiny beetle, no bigger than a thumb, using the glow of the Milky Way as its roadmap, all while carrying a ball of dung much larger than itself. This incredible navigation skill shows just how intertwined nature is with the cosmos, reminding us that even the smallest creatures can achieve extraordinary feats. Discover how magnetic rings revolutionized early computer memory. In the early days of computing, memory technology took a fascinating turn with the use of tiny magnetic rings. Each ring was a remarkable component that stored data by allowing electrical signals to loop through them. When it came time to erase this data, engineers simply reversed the current, making the rings reusable. This innovative approach was a major leap forward, providing computers with a reliable way to hold and manipulate information. Imagine a collection of these rings strung together on wires, working tirelessly to perform calculations, while being as precious as gold. Over time, however, this technology was eclipsed by the invention of microchips, which packed even more power into an even smaller space. Yet, the magnetic ring memory remains a crucial chapter in the evolution of computing, showcasing how engineers shape the world we live in today. Doesn't it blow your mind that something so small played such a huge role in the technology we now take for granted? What's so special about Angola's borders and coastline? Angola is a captivating country in southern Africa with a unique geographic setup that makes it an interesting place to explore. Most people don't realize that it shares borders with three countries: Namibia to the south, the Republic of Congo to the north, and Zambia to the east. This positioning creates a diverse cultural mix and a dynamic flow of trade in the region. But that's not all. To the west, Angola opens up to the stunning Atlantic Ocean, offering breathtaking coastal views and beautiful beaches that beckon tourists and locals alike. The coastline isn't just picturesque, it also plays a vital role in maritime trade, making Angola an important hub for shipping routes. This mix of borders and ocean access contributes to the country's rich natural resources, including oil and minerals, which are crucial for its economy. The interplay of land and sea offers both challenges and opportunities for Angola, shaping its identity and future. So whether you're into history, geography, or just love a good view, Angola's unique borders and coastline have something to catch your eye. Guess what Smith chose over a legendary role? Will Smith, a superstar known for his charm and charisma, faced a big decision in the late 90s. He had the chance to become Neo, the iconic hero in the groundbreaking film The Matrix. This movie went on to become a huge hit and is praised for its stunning visuals and mind-bending story. So why did Smith turn down such a remarkable opportunity? He opted instead for a leading role in Wild Wild West. While some may view this as a missed chance to be part of cinematic history, Smith feels confident in his choice. He believes that he wouldn't have been the right fit for Neo. The role required a particular depth and style that he thinks might not have aligned with his own acting vibe at the time. Instead of dwelling on what could have been, Smith embraced the quirky Western action film, bringing his unique flair to the role of Jim West. His decision reminds us that sometimes creating our own path is more important than following the crowd, even when that crowd is part of a revolutionary movie. Believe it or not, penguins coat themselves with a water-repellent layer. Braving the brutal cold of Antarctic waters, penguins rely on more than just fat for survival. They wear a built-in waterproof suit. At the base of their tail lies a uropygial gland that secretes a thick, oily substance. Penguins spread this oil across their feathers, using their beaks during grooming. The result? A perfectly sealed outer coat that locks in body heat and keeps icy water out. This not only helps them dive to great depths, but also lets them swim for hours without becoming waterlogged. Without this daily oiling, penguins would lose heat at catastrophic rates, up to 30% of their body warmth in just a minute. The waterproof barrier also increases buoyancy and streamlines their form, allowing smooth gliding through frigid seas. Their ability to coat themselves is not a luxury, it's a life-saving adaptation, crucial for one of Earth's harshest environments. Ever wonder why NFL players wear black under their eyes? It's not just a fashion statement. Those two black lines, known as eye black, serve a practical purpose in the high-energy world of football. When players hit the field, they're often battling bright sunlight or intense stadium lights. This can cause glare, which makes it harder to see the ball or notice defenders racing towards them. The black pigment in eye black helps absorb that light, reducing glare and improving visibility. Believe it or not, this simple trick is a game changer, helping players keep their focus on the action. You might have noticed that many players, from wide receivers to quarterbacks, use it. This tradition has a rich history, dating back to early players in the NFL who adopted it from practices in other sports, particularly baseball. Beyond its practical use, eye black has taken on a cultural significance in sports, often highlighting team spirit or personal style. So next time you see a player with those iconic lines, remember they're not just looking tough, they're gearing up to play at their best. Can you imagine a mole seeing with its nose? In the pitch-black tunnels of the underground, vision is useless. But for the star-nosed mole, that's no problem. This small, burrowing mammal has one of the most sensitive tactile organs in the animal kingdom. Surrounding its nostrils is a unique star-shaped ring of 22 fleshy appendages, each packed with thousands of sensory receptors known as Eimer's organs. These structures allow the mole to process textures, vibrations, and temperature at lightning speed. So fast, in fact, that it can identify and consume prey in under 8 milliseconds. That's faster than human visual recognition. This extraordinary snout effectively replaces sight, acting as a touch-based radar system that maps the world in fine detail. The star-nosed mole doesn't just sniff out its surroundings, it scans them with precision unmatched in the mammalian world. Hard to believe, but borders can be peaceful. The Canada-US border stretches an impressive 5,525 miles, making it the longest international border in the world without military patrols. This unique aspect of the border fosters a sense of mutual trust and cooperation between the two nations. Both countries share not only vast landscapes, but also a strong economic partnership and cultural ties. Despite the extensive length, the border is marked by friendly customs and immigration regulations, rather than military presence. You might think of borders as places of conflict, but here it's about smooth passage and connection. People cross back and forth for work, family visits, or just to enjoy nature in places like the stunning national parks that straddle the line between the two countries. Interestingly, the peaceful nature of this border has allowed for a variety of joint initiatives, including environmental conservation projects and disaster responses. This friendly border shows that nations can coexist without tension, proving that sometimes peace really is the key to a flourishing relationship. Can you imagine that Seattle loves tech and nature? This vibrant city is known as a major hub for technology, housing giants like Amazon and Microsoft that continue to shape the future of commerce and communication. Seattle's skyline is filled with high-tech offices, but just a stone's throw away, you can find lush parks and breathtaking views of nature. The city's commitment to preserving its beautiful surroundings shines through its numerous initiatives aimed at conservation. For instance, the Seattle Parks and Recreation Department manages over 400 parks, including the iconic Discovery Park, which offers stunning trails and views of Puget Sound. This balance between technological advancements and environmental preservation makes Seattle unique. Residents are passionate about sustainability, making the city a leader in efforts to combat climate change. From green building practices to community gardens, Seattle not only embraces innovation, but also prioritizes the health of the planet. It's truly inspiring how a tech powerhouse can coexist harmoniously with nature, isn't it? This might surprise you. Glaciers are alive. Glaciers are dynamic natural forces that are continuously growing and breaking apart, creating stunning spectacles. As they slowly move, they grind against the earth, shaping valleys while simultaneously feeding into lakes. When glaciers calve, they produce thunderous sounds that can be heard from miles away. Imagine standing on the shore of a lake as a massive chunk of ice suddenly breaks free, sending a cascade of icy water splashing below. This captivating process not only showcases the power of nature, but also serves as a reminder of our planet's changing climate. As temperatures rise, scientists observe glaciers retreating at alarming rates, which can lead to rising sea levels and altered ecosystems. Each calving event is a dramatic chapter in a glacier's life story, revealing the delicate balance of our environment. The next time you hear a report about glaciers, remember that they are more than just frozen ice. They are living, breathing giants that shape our world. What will happen to these majestic wonders as our climate continues to change? Did you know the Philippines is a vibrant young nation? The Philippines, spanning around 300,000 square kilometers, is more than just a stunning archipelago. It's home to about 117 million people. What's really interesting is that over half of this population is under the age of 25, making it the country with the youngest population in Southeast Asia. This youthful energy infuses the culture with a lively spirit, reflected in everything from music to technology. Moreover, around 80% of Filipinos identify as Catholic, which influences many aspects of their daily lives, holidays, and community events. This blend of youth and tradition creates a unique atmosphere, where vibrant festivals like Sinulog and Ati-Atihan showcase rich cultural heritage, while the younger generation is keen on embracing modern trends and innovations. The Philippines stands as a dynamic example of how tradition and modernity can coexist, with a promising future led by its enthusiastic youth. So whether you're exploring urban hubs like Manila or the stunning beaches of Boracay, you'll feel the heartbeat of a nation brimming with potential and vibrancy. Could it really be that beavers build dams to success? Beavers are more than rodents. They're hydrological engineers. Using nothing but teeth, paws, mud, and instinct, they construct dams that alter entire ecosystems. These structures slow rivers, creating still water ponds where beavers build their lodges with underwater entrances, safe from predators. Their work forms wetlands that host frogs, fish, birds, and plants, boosting biodiversity and water purity. By trapping sediment and moderating flow, beaver dams reduce erosion and prevent downstream floods. Even during droughts, the ponds they create act as water reservoirs. Scientists now replicate beaver dam models in ecological restoration to stabilize water systems and reverse desertification. In this way, beavers are not only survivors, they're natural architects who leave behind flourishing communities of life, all built from sticks and mud. Ever wonder why Sanji Resort lies abandoned? This once glamorous hotel in Taiwan was destined to be a luxurious getaway, complete with stunning ocean views and upscale amenities. However, it quickly became infamous for a string of tragic accidents that shook the community. These incidents led to fatalities, capturing the attention of the local government, which ultimately decided to shut the resort down for safety concerns. Following its closure, the Sanji Resort transformed from a potential paradise into a fearful sight that locals now avoid. Its eerie atmosphere and stories of misfortune have turned it into a ghostly landmark, shrouded in mystery and whispers. What's left is a reminder of how quickly charm can turn to dread, as nature reclaims the structures, with vines creeping over balconies and the sound of silence echoing where laughter once filled the air. People passing by may glance at the crumbling walls and feel an unsettling chill, wondering what could have been had fate taken a different turn. This intriguing location not only tells a tale of ambition and tragedy, but also invites curious adventurers to ponder the stories hidden in its shadows. Is it really true that whiskey fueled Walgreens' growth? During Prohibition, which lasted from 1920 to 1933, the sale of alcohol was banned in the United States. However, there was a twist. Pharmacists could still prescribe medicinal whiskey, making them a vital part of the society that craved a taste of the forbidden drink. Walgreens seized this unique opportunity and transformed from a small chain with just 20 stores into a booming enterprise with over 400 locations. Many people sought prescription whiskey not only for enjoyment, but also for its supposed health benefits during those tough times. This clever move allowed Walgreens to thrive while many other businesses struggled to survive. As customers lined up at pharmacies seeking their whiskey prescriptions, Walgreens didn't just meet a demand, it became a household name. The chain's rapid expansion during this era highlights how unique circumstances can shape businesses in fascinating ways. So next time you think of Walgreens, remember their surprising connection to prohibition and medicinal whiskey. Want to know how cows smell from far away? Cows are often seen grazing peacefully in the fields, but did you know they have an incredible sense of smell? These gentle giants can detect scents from up to 6 miles away. Imagine that, being able to sniff out your favorite snack from miles off. This keen sense is essential for their survival in the wild. It helps them find food, locate mates, and even sense danger. Cows have more olfactory receptors than humans, which means they can pick up on a variety of scents that we might completely miss. Their nose works like a sophisticated radar, detecting pheromones and other chemical signals in the environment. This ability to smell far and wide isn't just fascinating, it's crucial for their social behavior too. Cows use their noses to communicate with each other, forming bonds and keeping track of their herd members. So the next time you see a cow munching on grass, remember they're not just enjoying their meal, they're also tuned into a scent-filled world that extends miles beyond their pasture. Surprisingly, fireflies put on a nightly fireworks display. As dusk falls, forests and meadows transform into twinkling theaters, where fireflies orchestrate luminous performances. This glow is not magic. It's bioluminescence powered by luciferin, an enzyme called luciferase, and oxygen. The result is a chemical reaction that emits light with nearly 100% energy efficiency. No heat, just cold illumination. Each firefly species has its own flashing code, a precise rhythm used to attract mates or warn predators. In some tropical areas, thousands of males synchronize their flashes in perfect unison, forming glowing waves across treetops. Females respond to specific timing cues, selecting their mate based on the clarity and rhythm of his light show. Scientists study this phenomenon to create sustainable light sources and biosensors for detecting disease. In the tiny body of a firefly lies a secret to both natural beauty and cutting-edge technology. Did you know this about the Middle East oil? It's fascinating that the Middle East is home to the largest oil reserves in the world. Countries like Saudi Arabia, Iraq, and the United Arab Emirates hold a staggering portion of these reserves, significantly shaping their economies and boosting their global influence. Oil is a black gold in this region, leading to economic booms that have transformed deserts into bustling cities and luxurious hubs. The wealth generated from oil has not only improved infrastructure and living standards, but also attracted foreign investments in tourism. But it's not just about the money. These reserves have also played a huge role in global politics. The control and distribution of oil have sparked interests and conflicts, making the region a focal point in international relations. As a result, the dynamics between countries can often revolve around oil production levels and pricing, which affect economies worldwide. So the next time you hear about oil prices or OPEC meetings, remember that it all connects back to this rich, oil-laden landscape in the Middle East. Could pangolins really roll into invulnerable battle balls? Pangolins, the only mammals entirely armored in keratin scales, have developed one of the most effective natural defense systems. When threatened, they instantly curl into a tight ball, exposing only their razor-sharp plates. These overlapping scales, made of the same protein as human fingernails, are tough, flexible, and can deflect bites from lions and leopards. Even mothers protect their young by rolling around them, forming a living shield. Their defense is so effective, predators often give up. Unfortunately, their invincibility against nature has made them vulnerable to humans. Their scales are falsely believed to have medicinal properties, making them one of the most trafficked animals in the world. Conservationists are racing to protect these secretive creatures, whose silent strength and prehistoric armor make them true marvels of mammalian evolution. You won't believe how much gym memberships can cost. In Saudi Arabia, if you're eager to hit the gym and stay fit, you might be in for a surprise when you check the prices. Membership fees typically range from around $53 to $107 each month, depending on the facilities and services offered. But that's not where the expenses end. Many gyms charge extra for additional recreational activities, such as group classes, personal training sessions, or access to pools and spas. which can quickly bump up your monthly costs by several $100s. It's like a fitness buffet, but your wallet might feel a little lighter. For many, this investment in health and well-being is absolutely worth it. After all, being active is an essential part of a balanced lifestyle. Plus, many gyms provide a glowing social atmosphere with classes that can help you meet new friends or motivate you to push your limits. So while the prices might seem steep, the benefits to your physical and mental health can truly outweigh the costs. Surprising secrets of Madagascar's vanilla industry. Madagascar is a true treasure trove when it comes to flavor and fragrance, leading the world in vanilla production by supplying an astounding 80% of the global market. This tiny island nation, often dubbed the vanilla capital of the world, produces the highly sought-after bourbon vanilla, known for its rich and creamy flavor. But that's not all. Madagascar also plays a key role in the perfume world, serving as a major producer of cloves and ylang-ylang. Cloves, with their warm and spicy aroma, are crucial for both cooking and creating lovely fragrances. Meanwhile, ylang-ylang, known for its exotic floral scent, is a favorite ingredient in high-end perfumes. The island's unique climate and diverse ecosystems create the perfect conditions for these plants to thrive, making what might seem like a small place incredibly significant in global markets. So the next time you savor your favorite vanilla dessert or catch a whiff of a lovely perfume, remember that Madagascar's lush landscapes and hardworking farmers are behind those delightful experiences. Believe it or not, emotional pain can hurt just like physical pain. It's fascinating to learn that our brains don't really differentiate between emotional and physical suffering. When we face a heart-wrenching breakup or the loss of a loved one, our brains light up in the same way they do when we stub our toe or get a nasty bruise. This happens because certain brain areas, particularly those involved in processing pain, become active during emotional distress. So when you feel a heavy weight on your chest after a painful experience, your brain is signaling to you that you're in real distress, just like it would if you were injured. This connection may explain why some people say they can feel an ache in their heart from sadness, and it highlights how crucial it is to address emotional health with the same attention we give to our physical well-being. When we understand that our feelings can be just as impactful as physical injuries, we can better navigate our mental health and seek support when we need it. Ever wondered why Rolls-Royces thrive in Hong Kong? It might surprise you to learn that Hong Kong has the highest number of Rolls-Royce cars per capita in the world. This glamorous city, known for its stunning skyline and bustling lifestyle, is a magnet for luxury vehicles. The reasons are as interesting as the cars themselves. Firstly, Hong Kong is a financial hub with a high number of wealthy individuals who love showcasing their success through extravagant cars. The tax structure in Hong Kong also plays a role. While luxury cars can be expensive because of tariffs, wealthy residents still find ways to indulge in high-end brands like Rolls-Royce. Additionally, the compact nature of the city makes it easier to own and maintain smaller fleets of luxury vehicles. The sight of these gleaming cars cruising through the streets is a testament to this blend of affluence and style. Plus, owning a Rolls-Royce isn't just about transportation. It's about making a statement. So the next time you see one rolling by, remember it's not just a car, it's part of a lifestyle that's uniquely Hong Kong. Did you know Vin Diesel loves Dungeons and Dragons? It's hard to picture the tough guy from action movies like Fast and Furious sitting around a table rolling dice. But that's exactly what he does. Vin Diesel isn't just a Hollywood superstar, he's a passionate gamer who has embraced the world of D&D for more than 2 decades. His love for the game started in his childhood and has flourished since then. In interviews, Diesel has shared stories about how playing Dungeons and Dragons helped shape his imagination and creativity. He's not just a casual player either. He dives deep into the role-playing experience, crafting characters and stories that thrill him and his friends. His enthusiasm for gaming even influenced his work, inspiring some of the roles he's taken on. So next time you see him in a high-octane action scene, remember, behind the muscle and grit, there's a devoted gamer who knows the magic of a good story and the adventure of teamwork, just like in a classic D&D campaign. Who would have thought that the Wolverine is a force of nature in miniature? Weighing only 10 to 25 kg, the wolverine might seem unimposing, but it has the heart and the bite of a giant. Its jaws are strong enough to crush frozen bones, and its body is designed for relentless endurance across vast snowy wilderness. Dense fur and subcutaneous fat protect it from cold, while sharp claws and muscular limbs let it scale cliffs and dig into carcasses. Wolverines can smell carrion under meters of snow and travel 40 kilometers in a day to reach it. They're known to fight off wolves and bears for food, despite being a fraction of their size. Their aggression, stamina, and solitary boldness have earned them a legendary reputation in indigenous folklore and wildlife biology alike. In essence, the wolverine is not just fierce, it's nature's embodiment of determination, grit, and raw survival power. Family ties that last. How long do kids stay home? How long do kids stay home? In Italy, it's surprisingly common for young adults to live with their parents until they are around 28 or 30. This trend reflects not only the strong family bonds typical of Italian culture, but also a belief in the home as a supportive environment. Many families view living together as a way to stay connected and lend emotional support. Rather than rushing into independence, young Italians often focus on education or starting their careers while sharing the same roof with their parents. This setup allows for a cozy atmosphere where family dinners are cherished, traditions are upheld, and financial burdens can be shared. Additionally, housing costs in urban areas can be quite high, making it practical to stay at home for a bit longer. Unlike other countries where moving out is seen as a rite of passage, in Italy it's not unusual for these extended stays to be celebrated. So next time you meet an Italian in their late 20s, still living with mom and dad, remember it's all part of a rich family tradition. Have you heard about the youngest Oscar winner ever? Tatum O'Neal made history in 1974 when she won the Best Supporting Actress award for her stunning performance in the film Paper Moon at just 10 years old. Talk about talent. Not only did she capture hearts with her charming portrayal of Addie Loggins, but she also blew away the competition, earning her a place in the record books as the youngest person to win an Academy Award in any competitive category, an honor that still stands today. Imagine being a child and receiving such a prestigious accolade. The film itself, a delightful blend of comedy and drama set during the Great Depression, showcased Tatum's natural acting ability, a skill that ran in the family. Her father, Ryan O'Neal, played her on-screen father in the movie. Tatum's win was a big deal in Hollywood, not just for her age, but also because it marked a significant moment for child actors. It sparked conversations around youth in cinema, and her success paved the way for future generations of young performers. Tatum O'Neal's journey reminds us that with passion and hard work, anything is possible, no matter your age. Hard to believe, but the Sonoran Desert is massive. This incredible expanse stretches across Arizona and California in the United States, as well as in the Mexican states of Sonora and Baja California, covering about 311,000 square kilometers. Imagine a landscape so vast that it's hard to picture. The Sonoran Desert is not only the largest desert in North America, but it's also one of the hottest places on Earth. Temperatures here have soared to a blistering 80 degrees Celsius, and that's around 176 degrees Fahrenheit. This extreme heat has turned the desert into a unique ecosystem, home to a variety of resilient plants and animals. From the iconic saguaro cactus, which can grow to be over 40 feet tall, to the peculiar rock formations and vibrant wildflowers that bloom after rain, there's so much more to this desert than just sand and sun. The diverse wildlife includes creatures like the Gila monster and the desert tortoise, both perfectly adapted to survive in such harsh conditions. Exploring the Sonoran Desert reveals a world filled with unexpected beauty and life, proving that even the harshest environments can be full of surprises. Can you believe olives come from the same tree? It's true, green and black olives, the stars of your favorite tapenade or pizza, actually grow on the same type of olive tree, known scientifically as Olea europaea. The difference between them doesn't come from the tree itself, but rather the time they are harvested. Green olives are plucked from the tree while they're still young and firm, just before they fully mature. This gives them their crisp texture and tangy flavor, perfect for those who enjoy a zesty bite. On the other hand, black olives are left to ripen on the tree until they turn a deep, rich color. This longer maturation process transforms their flavor profile, resulting in a softer, more mellow taste that many find delicious. Both types are full of healthy fats, antioxidants, and even anti-inflammatory properties. So whether you prefer the sharp punch of green olives or the smoothness of black olives, remember that they share a common origin, making every olive a little piece of culinary unison. Most people don't know this, but Madagascar's reefs are magical. The coral reefs surrounding Madagascar are like underwater wonderlands, bursting with vibrant marine life and breathtaking views. These reefs are home to countless species of fish, colorful corals, and even playful sea turtles. When you dive or snorkel here, you may encounter unique creatures like the endemic Madagascar anemone fish, or the striking blue starfish, both of which can only be found in these waters. The waters around Madagascar are particularly clear, allowing for stunning visibility that makes each dive feel like stepping into a real-life aquarium. As you float along, you'll likely be surrounded by swirling schools of fish and the soft dance of sea fans swaying with the current. Whether you are an experienced diver or someone just trying snorkeling for the first time, the experience is nothing short of unforgettable. Plus, the local communities are dedicated to protecting these precious ecosystems, ensuring that future generations can enjoy the beauty of Madagascar's underwater world. Are you ready to explore this aquatic paradise? Why do fennec foxes have such enormous ears? The fennec fox, Vulpes zerta, smallest of all canids, roams the scorching Sahara with its oversized radar-like ears, sometimes half the length of its body. These iconic ears aren't just for show. Packed with blood vessels, they radiate heat away from the body, functioning as natural air conditioners in temperatures exceeding 50 degrees. But they also serve as hypersensitive detectors. Fennecs can hear insects crawling beneath the sand and pinpoint prey like rodents or beetles from meters away. Nocturnal by nature, they rely on their exceptional hearing and padded feet to silently stalk through dunes. Their large ears are a dual-purpose miracle. Audio surveillance devices by night and cooling panels by day evolved to perfection for desert survival. In a landscape of extremes, the fennec's ears are both its shield and its sword. Here's a wild fact about your hair growth. Did you know that the living part of your hair is actually hidden beneath your scalp? That's right. Hair follicles are tiny but mighty structures where all the magic happens, producing new hair cells every day. This is where your hair begins its journey upwards. On average, hair grows about half an inch, or 1.25 centimeters, every month. But it's fascinating how different factors can influence this growth. For instance, your genetics play a significant role. If your parents had thick, fast-growing hair, you might too. But that's not all. Your diet can also have an impact. Eating a balanced diet rich in vitamins and minerals, especially those that support hair health like biotin, vitamin D, and omega-3 fatty acids, can give your hair a boost. Plus, staying overall healthy keeps your scalp in prime condition for growth. So the next time you admire your locks, remember that beneath the surface, there's a whole world of activity shaping your hair. Did you know about Slovenia's breathtaking Blood Castle? Perched dramatically on a steep cliff high above Lake Bled, Blood Castle is not just a fortress, it's a stunning piece of history. Believed to be the oldest castle in Slovenia, it offers visitors an incredible glimpse into the past as well as some of the most mesmerizing views around. A short hike up to the castle rewards you with panoramic sights of the shimmering lake below, the charming island right at its center, and the majestic Julian Alps stretching far into the distance. Imagine standing there, feeling the fresh mountain air while soaking in the beauty of nature and centuries of history all around you. The castle itself has a rich story, filled with tales of knights and nobles, making it an intriguing stop for history lovers and adventurers alike. So whether you're hiking for fitness, taking photos for memories, or just enjoying the scenery, Blood Castle is a must-see when you find yourself in Slovenia. Don't miss out on this unique experience that captures both the natural and historical essence of the region. Here's a wild fact about Jenga blocks. Did you know that each Jenga block is not exactly the same? While they might look identical at first glance, these wooden blocks actually have slight variations in size and weight. This little quirk adds an extra layer of unpredictability to the game. Imagine you're carefully pulling a block from the tower, trying to keep it steady while your friends gaze at you with bated breath. You might think you've got the perfect piece, but these tiny differences can make a block feel heavier or lighter than expected, challenging your balance and strategy. It's like every game has its own personality based on the blocks you're using. It's this unique characteristic that can turn a simple game into an exciting test of skill and nerve. After all, one tiny miscalculation could lead to a spectacular tumble of blocks. So next time you play, remember, it's not just about steady hands, it's about embracing the unpredictable nature of those quirky Jenga blocks. Can you believe Alaska's massive size? This incredible state is more than just vast landscapes. It's a giant when it comes to size. Alaska is so enormous that it could easily hold Texas, California, and Montana all at once within its borders. To give you a sense of perspective, Alaska covers about 600 to 6,300 square miles, making it the largest state in the U.S. by a long shot. In fact, it's bigger than all but 18 countries in the world. Imagine driving from one end to the other. You would cross through mountain ranges, forests, and even tundra. It's home to some of the most breathtaking natural wonders, like the stunning Denali National Park, where North America's highest peak is found. With its wildlife, including bears, moose, and whales, Alaska offers a unique ecosystem that's both rugged and awe-inspiring. Plus, the state's coastline stretches for more than 6,600 miles, featuring fjords, glaciers, and countless islands. So next time you hear someone mention Alaska, remember just how remarkably large and diverse it truly is. Who would have thought the axolotl regenerates lost limbs without a scar? The axolotl, Ambystoma mexicanum, a rare Mexican amphibian, is a biological wonder frozen in a larval state, retaining gills and aquatic habits throughout its life. But its real superpower is regeneration. Axolotls can regrow entire limbs, spinal cords, parts of the brain, and even portions of the heart without leaving a trace of scarring. Instead of forming fibrous tissue, they create a blastema, cells that behave like embryonic stem cells, rebuilding complex structures with precision. Scientists are decoding the axolotl genome to understand the genes responsible, hoping to apply this knowledge to human tissue repair and spinal cord injuries. In labs, axolotls have already advanced research in limb regrowth and cancer resistance. This permanently youthful creature holds answers to some of biology's most profound medical questions. Unbelievable size of the Great Mosque of Mecca. This remarkable structure is not just the largest mosque in the world, it's also the spiritual heart of Islam. Located in the holy city of Mecca, Saudi Arabia, the Great Mosque, known as Al-Masjid al-Haram, can accommodate over 2 million worshippers at a time. At its center lies the Kaaba, a cube-shaped building draped in black silk, which Muslims around the globe face during their prayers. The Kaaba is considered the most sacred site in Islam, and it's the destination for the Hajj pilgrimage, which millions undertake every year. The mosque has a rich history dating back to the 7th century and has undergone numerous expansions, most recently in the 21st century, to accommodate the ever-growing number of pilgrims. Visitors are surrounded by stunning architecture, intricate decorations, and the sense of unity among worshippers from all corners of the globe. Indeed, the Great Mosque serves as a powerful reminder of devotion, community, and the deep spiritual connections that transcend borders and cultures. Ever seen a drone help whales breathe? It may sound futuristic, but this innovative technology is now a reality. Scientists are using drones to track whales in a totally non-invasive way. Traditionally, fitting whales with tracking devices could be stressful for the animals, often involving boats and nets that could disturb them. But with drones, researchers can drop lightweight tracking devices equipped with suction cups right onto the backs of these magnificent creatures when they come up for air. This method ensures that the whales are not harmed or stressed, making it easier for scientists to monitor their movements, health, and even their social interactions. This groundbreaking technique not only offers a better way to study these majestic animals, but also encourages the protection of their habitats by providing critical data. As we learn more about how whales live and migrate, conservation efforts can be more effectively directed, ensuring these giants of the ocean continue to thrive. So next time you think about whales, imagine their underwater journey being safely monitored from above by a friendly drone. This might surprise you, transforming Amazon boxes into art. Meet Monomiono, a brilliant Japanese artist who takes the mundane and the discarded, like old Amazon boxes, and turns them into stunning sculptures. Imagine those crumpled cardboard packages that usually go straight to recycling being elevated to gallery status masterpieces. Monomiono doesn't just create sculptures, he breathes new life into these boxes, skillfully cutting, folding, and assembling them into imaginative forms that catch the eye and stir the soul. Each piece has a story, reflecting both the journey of the box itself and the creativity of the artist. His works have even made their way to prestigious galleries in Japan, where they've captured the attention of art lovers and collectors alike, selling for more than 11,000 euros. This incredible transformation sheds light on the importance of sustainability in art and makes us reconsider what we throw away. So next time you receive a package, think about its potential. Maybe it could become a masterpiece. Uncover the mystery of secret staircases in Italy. Did you know that secret staircases were built into Italian houses? In the enchanting cities of Venice and Florence, wealthy aristocrats constructed homes featuring these hidden passages as a means of escape in times of danger. These staircases, cleverly concealed within the walls, often led to secret rooms or safe exits, providing an intriguing glimpse into how people protected themselves during turbulent times. Today, many of these unique architectural treasures still exist, captivating explorers and tourists alike. Imagine wandering through the narrow, winding streets and suddenly discovering the entrance to a hidden staircase. Visitors find themselves drawn to the allure of these mysterious structures, which seem to whisper stories of the past. Each staircase offers a glimpse into a world where safety and secrecy were paramount. As you explore Italy, keep your eyes peeled for these hidden gems, and who knows, perhaps you'll stumble upon a secret staircase of your own. Can you imagine that starfish live without a brain? Starfish don't have a brain in the way we understand it, but that doesn't stop them from moving, eating, and even regenerating lost limbs. Instead of a central command system, they rely on a nerve ring that circles their mouth, connecting to radial nerves that stretch into each arm. This decentralized network allows each limb to process information independently, making decisions locally while staying connected to the whole. Their movement is powered by a hydraulic system. Seawater is pumped into hundreds of tube feet, each equipped with suction pads, allowing starfish to crawl with gentle precision. When injured, they don't panic. They regrow. Their arms can regenerate completely, sometimes even forming an entirely new starfish. All of this occurs without a brain, challenging our assumptions about what intelligence and coordination look like in nature. Here's something incredible about how our body cleans itself. When cells inside our body die, a special kind of white blood cell called phagocytes steps in to do some vital housekeeping. This remarkable process, known as phagocytosis, is essential for keeping us healthy. Imagine these phagocytes as tiny janitors scouring your body, looking for dead or damaged cells that need to be cleaned up. As they find these unwanted cellular remnants, they engulf and digest them, breaking everything down into smaller, usable parts. This not only helps remove debris, but also recycles valuable materials, giving your body a much-needed boost. Phagocytosis is part of our immune response, playing an important role in protecting us from infections and diseases by clearing out old cells and making way for new, healthy ones. So every time you get a scratch or catch a cold, remember that your body has a fantastic cleanup crew quietly working behind the scenes, ensuring you stay in tip-top shape. Can you believe salaries came from salt? The word salary has a fascinating history that dates back to ancient Rome. It comes from the Latin term salarium, which is derived from sal, meaning salt. Back then, salt was more than just a seasoning. It was a precious commodity. It was essential for preserving food, particularly meat, and people would go to great lengths to obtain it. Interestingly, Roman soldiers were sometimes paid in salt, which was crucial for their survival. This practice highlights how valuable salt was in their society, sometimes even being referred to as white gold. If you earned your salt, it meant you had done your job well. This expression has stuck with us even today. So the next time you receive a paycheck, remember that your salary has humble beginnings, linked to something as ordinary yet vital as salt. Isn't it amazing to think about how something we sprinkle on our food could be connected to the way people were paid thousands of years ago? Just imagine for a second, a sloth carrying a living garden. Sloths are so slow that algae, fungi, and even tiny insects take up residence in their fur, turning them into mobile rainforests. The algae not only provide camouflage, but may also offer nutrients absorbed through the skin. In return, the sloth's fur offers a moist, stable microclimate. Certain species of moths live only in sloth fur, laying their eggs in the sloth's dung. It's an ecosystem in miniature, a green cloak that hides the sloth from predators and supports a network of life. Biologists have found novel antibiotic-producing fungi in this furry habitat, organisms unknown anywhere else on Earth. So when you see a sloth, don't just think lazy, think life-giving. This slow, deliberate creature wears an entire biosphere on its back, blending biology and ecology in one of nature's most unexpected symbioses. What if I told you Mars had massive tsunamis? Recent evidence suggests that the red planet wasn't just a dry, dusty landscape we see today. It once experienced extraordinary cataclysmic events, including enormous tsunamis triggered by meteor strikes. Imagine waves reaching heights of up to 50 meters crashing onto Martian shores. Scientists believe that these waves could have been created when large space rocks slammed into the surface of Mars, sending shock waves through the planet's crust and splashing up a torrent of water in the process. The remnants of these ancient tsunamis have been found in the form of distinctive geological features like wave-like patterns and sediment deposits, hinting at a very different past filled with watery chaos. Though Mars is currently inhospitable, the discovery of these massive waves suggests that it might have once had conditions suitable for liquid water, raising intriguing questions about the planet's potential to support life. Understanding these Martian tsunamis not only deepens our knowledge of the planet's history, but also fuels our curiosity about the universe and what other surprises it may hold. Did you know your brain is mostly fat? It may sound surprising, but the human brain is made up of about 60% fat, making it the fattest organ in your body. This isn't just an interesting fact. This high-fat content plays a vital role in how our brains work. The fat in our brains helps form cell membranes, providing the structure that keeps cells intact and functioning properly. These cell membranes act like the protective walls of a building, keeping everything safe inside. Additionally, fat helps to insulate nerve fibers, kind of like how insulation in your home keeps. This insulation speeds up the transmission of signals between different parts of the brain and throughout the nervous system, allowing for quick communication and processing of information. Imagine trying to send a text on a slower connection. It would take much longer. So next time you think about your diet or nutrition, remember that healthy fats are not just good for your body, but also essential for keeping your brain sharp and efficient. Believe it or not, squirrels remember hundreds of hidden nuts. While it might seem like random digging, squirrels possess astonishing spatial memory that allows them to relocate up to 300 food caches months after burial. They use environmental cues, like the shape of a tree, the pattern of rocks, or the slope of the land, to mentally map where each nut is buried. Their memory is not scent-based, rather, it's cognitive and visual. In scientific experiments, squirrels successfully identified their own buried food even when decoys were planted nearby. What's more, they sometimes engage in deceptive caching, pretending to bury nuts while being watched, only to move the real ones later. Indigenous myths in North America often portray squirrels as cunning and resourceful, And now we know that's biologically accurate. This complex behavior not only ensures their winter survival, but also helps forests grow. Forgotten nuts often sprout into new trees, making squirrels accidental reforestation agents. Here's a wild thought. Where would we all fit? If all 7 billion people on Earth were gathered together into a single round mass, you might imagine a colossal figure towering over cities or rolling across landscapes. In reality, we would form a giant meatball measuring less than a kilometer in diameter. That's just about 2/3 of a mile wide. Picture it, a massive ball of humanity packed tightly, yet it wouldn't even be large enough to fill many sports stadiums. This idea quickly puts things into perspective. Our individual size is so small compared to the vastness of the planet we occupy. It inspires curiosity about our collective weight. If every person weighed an average of around 62 kilograms, about 137 pounds, the total weight would be around 434 million tons. It's mind-boggling when you consider how this meatball compares to the actual Earth, which has a diameter of about 12,142 kilometers, 7,118 miles. So while we may seem numerous, it's fascinating to realize how we can actually be condensed into such a relatively tiny space. It's a strange yet fun way to visualize our existence on this planet. Here's a wild fact about ancient music. The oldest known musical instrument is a flute, and it has a fascinating tale that dates back around 35,000 years. Discovered in a remote cave in Germany, this remarkable flute was carved from the bone of a bird, showcasing just how long humans have been creating melodies. Imagine a time when our ancestors roamed the earth, not just surviving, but also expressing themselves through music. This particular flute is part of a group of prehistoric artifacts that tell us about the creativity and culture of early humans. It seems they didn't just rely on sounds from nature, they actively crafted instruments to create their own tunes. Research suggests that making music may have played a role in social bonding among ancient groups, emphasizing the universal human desire to connect through shared experiences. So the next time you hear a song, remember that the music you enjoy today has roots that stretch back deep into our shared history, echoing through time as a powerful form of expression. Did you know Amsterdam and Baku are below sea level? That's right. These two fascinating capital cities situated in the Netherlands and Azerbaijan, respectively, sit in the unusual position of being below sea level. Amsterdam, with its charming canals and historic architecture, is about 2 meters beneath the water's surface. This unique geography stems from centuries of land reclamation, where the Dutch have cleverly drained wetlands and created a series of dikes to protect their low-lying land from the sea. What makes Baku even more intriguing is that it's around 28 meters below sea level along the coast of the Caspian Sea, making it the lowest national capital on Earth. The Caspian Sea itself is a fascinating body of water, known for its unique biodiversity and being the largest enclosed inland body of water in the world. Both cities showcase extraordinary human ingenuity in adapting to their challenging environments, with innovative engineering techniques, beautiful architecture, and vibrant culture that attract millions of visitors each year. Can you imagine living in a city that's literally below the water? It's a remarkable feat of nature and human resilience. Believe it or not, you can't lick your elbow. It sounds like a silly challenge, but there's a reason why it's nearly impossible for most people to do this. The human arm is built with a certain range of motion, and our anatomical structure just doesn't allow for it. To lick your elbow, you'd need both exceptional flexibility and uncomfortably long tongues, features that most of us simply don't have. While some folks with particularly flexible joints may pull it off, for the vast majority, it's a feat that ends in laughter and a sore neck. Interestingly, this quirky limitation is often used to illustrate human anatomy and the concept of joint mobility. So next time you find yourself at a party, dare your friends to give it a shot. Not only does it spark fun and laughter, but it's also a unique way to explore the fascinating ways our bodies are shaped and how they move. Plus, you're definitely not alone in being unable to do this, and it makes for a great conversation starter. Have you ever wondered why cities feel emptier now? As the cost of living skyrockets, many people with the means to relocate are choosing to leave expensive urban areas. Cities like San Francisco and New York, once bustling with life, are seeing a noticeable decrease in population as residents seek more affordable living options elsewhere. This migration creates a challenging scenario for those who remain behind, often individuals with lower incomes or families who can't afford the rising rents. As wealthier residents depart, local economies suffer from reduced consumer spending, which can lead to cuts in essential services and social programs. This creates a ripple effect, putting financial strain on the communities left behind. With fewer contributions to local taxes, vital resources for schools, healthcare, and public transportation can dwindle, making life even harder for those who have stayed. The questions we face are critical. How can we balance urban living and affordability? What solutions can help support residents who are unable to move? Did you know Ivory Coast leads in chocolate dreams? This vibrant West African nation is the kingpin of cocoa production, supplying over 40% of the world's cocoa beans. Imagine this. The next time you indulge in a rich chocolate treat, there's a strong chance it started its journey in the sunny fields of Ivory Coast. Farmers there grow cocoa in a warm, humid climate, nurturing the cacao trees that produce those glorious pods. But that's not all. Ivory Coast's love for sports shines on the soccer field too. The national team, known as the Elephants, has shown incredible resilience in penalty shootouts, famously winning two intense matches with nail-biting scores of 11-10 and 12-11. These high-stakes moments keep fans on the edge of their seats, showcasing not just their skill, but also their unbreakable spirit. So next time you savor a chocolate bar or catch a game, remember the remarkable connection between this cocoa powerhouse and its thrilling soccer legacy. Did you know Zara started with just a single store? It's hard to believe that one of the world's largest fashion brands began its journey in 1975 with a humble shop in La Coruña, Spain. Founded by the visionary Amancio Ortega, Zara quickly transformed the way we think about fashion. Known for its fast fashion business model, Zara has mastered the art of getting the latest trends from the runway to the store in record time. This clever approach means that shoppers can find trendy clothing just weeks after it's been seen on the catwalk. Instead of waiting for seasons to change, Zara introduces new items continuously, keeping their inventory fresh and exciting. With hundreds of stores across the globe, Zara has not only tapped into the pulse of current fashion, but also influenced how other brands operate. But what does this mean for consumers? Well, it means you can always find something new to wear without breaking the bank. As we continue to embrace fashion's rapid evolution, Zara remains a key player in this world, boldly shaping our wardrobes and shopping habits. Wow! Turns out a lion's roar is louder than a jet engine at takeoff. Lions are not only kings of the savannah, they also reign sonically. A lion's roar can reach an ear-shattering 114 decibels and be heard up to 8 kilometers away, depending on wind and terrain. The secret lies in their vocal folds, which are uniquely shaped to produce a deep, resonant bellow using minimal lung pressure. These roars serve critical purposes, claiming territory, coordinating hunts, and reinforcing social hierarchies within a pride. The cool, dense air of night helps carry the sound across vast plains. Even in tall grass, pride members recognize one another by the distinct pitch and pattern of their roars. African folklore often paints the lion as a voice of thunder and dominance, and for good reason. Biologists use roaring to study population dynamics in pride structures, proving that in the wild, sound is power, and lions wield it like no other. Did you know about Bryce Canyon's stunning hoodoos? This remarkable national park in Utah showcases a natural amphitheater filled with thousands of these intriguing rock formations. Hoodoos are tall, thin spires of rock that have been sculpted through millions of years of erosion, making each one unique. The park's vibrant colors range from deep red to soft pink, especially at sunrise and sunset when the light dances on the rocks. Many visitors trek along the scenic trails to get a closer look, with the Queen's Garden and Peekaboo Loop being popular choices for hikers. As the wind and water continue to shape these formations, The landscape keeps evolving, providing awe-inspiring views for generations to come. Science even tells us that the formations may collapse and change over time, adding an element of excitement for those who return to see them. Next time you think about national parks, remember Bryce Canyon and its unique hoodoos, standing tall against the test of time. What other wonders could nature hold? What if everything you knew about Greenland was marketing? When Eric the Red was exiled from Iceland in the late 10th century for committing murder, he sailed west and discovered a vast icy island. Knowing settlers wouldn't be excited by endless snow, he named it Greenland, to make it sound lush and appealing. This wasn't a mistake, but a calculated piece of Viking-era real estate branding. The southern tip of Greenland, where he landed, does have green valleys in summer, but over 80% of the island is covered by a massive ice sheet. Still, the name sparked curiosity and drew colonists across the sea. It worked so well that Norse settlements thrived there for centuries. The name outlived the colonies, embedding itself in maps and minds worldwide. In truth, Greenland's name is more fantasy than fact. Proof that words can reshape perception just as powerfully as swords or sails. Dive into the secrets of the giant amphipod. You might be surprised to learn that these fascinating little creatures, typically no longer than an inch, can stretch their bodies up to a remarkable foot in length. Living in the deep, dark depths of the Pacific Ocean, around 6 kilometers below the surface, amphipods thrive in an environment that few other creatures can handle. These small but mighty crustaceans have adapted to the extreme conditions of the deep sea, where pressure is crushing and light is non-existent. Their elongated bodies and unique adaptations allow them to effectively navigate this underwater world, feeding on anything from tiny plankton to dead marine animals that drift down from above. Despite their tiny size when seen at the surface, capturing the amphipod in all its glory at the bottom of the ocean reveals a creature of impressive resilience and survival skills. Scientists are increasingly interested in these incredible animals, as learning more about them can provide insights into marine ecosystems and even potential applications for human health. So next time you hear about the amphipod, remember, there's much more to this tiny crustacean than meets the eye. Chase the cheese. This event is pure madness. Every year in the quaint town of Gloucester, England, a truly wild spectacle unfolds that leaves spectators in stitches and participants with a few bruises. The Chase the Cheese event centers around a round of double Gloucester cheese that is sent rolling down a steep hill. Once the cheese takes off, competitors sprint after it, attempting to catch the runaway dairy delight. But don't be fooled. The cheese can reach speeds up to 70 miles per hour, making it almost impossible to catch. As eager participants tumble, roll, and slide down the hill, the sight is both chaotic and hilarious. The first person to cross the finish line at the bottom wins the cheese plus bragging rights for a whole year. This quirky tradition has been celebrated for over 200 years and has attracted both locals and adventurous travelers eager to join in the fun. If you're looking for a unique experience filled with laughter, cheese, and a bit of friendly competition, this event certainly takes the cake, or should we say cheese. Hard to believe, but mountains had an epic journey. Millions of years ago, the Appalachian Mountains were part of a much larger system called the Central Pangaean Mountains. Imagine this. The Appalachians weren't always just on the eastern side of North America. They were once connected to the Scottish Highlands and the Little Atlas mountain range in Morocco. This massive expanse of land existed when all the continents were joined together in a supercontinent known as Pangaea. As tectonic plates shifted and drifted apart, the landscape transformed dramatically. The Appalachian Mountains gradually separated from their neighbors, and over millions of years, these majestic ranges evolved, shaped by erosion and other natural processes. Today, the Appalachians stand tall and proud, holding millions of years of history within their rugged beauty. So the next time you hike in these mountains, remember that they were once linked to distant lands across the ocean. What other secrets about our planet's past await discovery? Believe it or not, the black mamba is a coward. Contrary to its fearsome reputation as one of the world's deadliest snakes, the black mamba has a surprising preference for peace over a fight. Known for its potent venom and lightning-fast speed, this remarkable serpent might actually be more scared of you than you are of it. Black mambas are incredibly quick, capable of racing up to 12 miles per hour, which is their secret weapon. When faced with a threat, they would much rather flee than attack. These snakes often rely on their agility, darting away into the bushes or trees to escape danger. If cornered, they can become defensive, but it's still more about protecting themselves than seeking confrontation. In fact, they are known to prefer a solitary life, only coming together to mate. With their shiny olive brown to grayish skin blending perfectly into their surroundings, it's no wonder they can easily sneak away from potential threats. So next time you hear about the black mamba, remember that behind its daunting image lies a creature that values its own safety above all else. What lies at the bottom of the ocean? The Challenger, deep in the Mariana Trench, takes us to the very depths of our planet, plunging a staggering 3,670 feet, or about 10,194 meters below the surface. To put that into perspective, if you dropped Mount Everest into this chasm, its peak would still be over a mile underwater. This incredible depth is not just a mystery, but a realm of extremes. The pressure there is over 1,000 times that of sea level, making it a harsh environment where few organisms can thrive. Yet life finds a way. Creatures like the mysterious amphipod and unique gelatinous species can survive in these conditions, relying on chemosynthesis or specialized adaptations. Exploring this deep abyss is challenging. Only a handful of manned and unmanned missions have ventured there, revealing astonishing insights about biodiversity and geological processes. Though it feels alien, the Challenger Deep plays a crucial role in Earth's climate and oceanic systems. So the next time you think about the ocean, remember there's a hidden world far below, just waiting to be discovered. Have you ever wondered about Greek superstitions? Superstitions play a vibrant role in Greek culture, blending tradition with a sprinkle of magic and belief. One of the most famous emblems of Greek superstition is the Nazar amulet, a striking blue eye that many believe protects against the evil eye, a curse thought to be cast by someone's envy or malice. You'll often see it hanging in homes, on jewelry, or even in cars to ward off any negativity. Greeks also have a unique way of decorating their houses. Many paint their domed roofs blue. This isn't just for aesthetics, it's believed to reflect the sky's colors, creating a protective barrier against evil spirits. In Greece, these traditions are cherished and passed down through generations, showing how deeply rooted these beliefs are in everyday life. Whether it's glancing at a Nazar for good luck or choosing blue paint because of its calming properties, these practices create a sense of community and cultural identity that people hold dear. So next time you encounter a Greek friend, perhaps ask them about their favorite superstitions. What if I told you the Mona Lisa was hidden in a salt mine? During World War II, as Nazi forces looted Europe's art, Allied experts raced to save priceless works. Among them was the Mona Lisa. In 1945, deep inside the Austrian Alps, the monuments men found her, safe in the Alto Se salt mine, alongside thousands of stolen masterpieces. The salt mine's stable climate preserved the canvas, pigment, and frame better than any museum could. Hidden from bombs, thieves, and time itself, the world's most famous smile survived underground. That daring rescue didn't just save art, it saved cultural identity. The Mona Lisa returned not just as a painting, but as a symbol of resilience, history, and humanity's fight to protect beauty in the face of destruction. Believe it or not, mosquitoes have very different diets. It's true. While male mosquitoes are busy sipping on nectar like little flower-loving butterflies, female mosquitoes have a much more gruesome task when they need to lay their eggs. They require the nutrients found in blood to help their eggs develop, which is why you might have noticed these pesky creatures buzzing around your arm on summer nights. But here's a fascinating twist. In Finland, the police once used a mosquito to crack. After a car was stolen, they discovered a mosquito had been trapped inside the vehicle. Upon examining the blood inside this tiny thief, they were able to gather DNA evidence that pointed them straight to the car thief. It's like something right out of a mystery novel. This clever use of a mosquito shows how even the smallest creatures can be part of big solutions. So next time you swat at one of these bloodsuckers, remember, they might just have a story to tell. Did you know kiwis were once called Chinese gooseberries? This quirky little fruit has quite an interesting backstory. Originally discovered in China in the early 20th century, it was aptly named the Chinese gooseberry due to its sweet and tangy flavor, reminiscent of the beloved gooseberry. However, everything changed when the fruit made its way to New Zealand. In a clever marketing move, New Zealand growers decided to rename it kiwi after the fluffy, brown, and flightless kiwi bird, which is a national symbol of the country. This new name not only made the fruit sound more exotic and appealing, but also connected it to its new home. The kiwi quickly gained popularity around the world, and today it is loved for its vibrant green color, unique texture, and delightful taste. Plus, the kiwi is packed with vitamins, antioxidants, and fiber, making it a nutritious snack that's fun to eat. So next time you enjoy this little powerhouse, remember its journey from Chinese gooseberry to kiwi and appreciate the creativity behind its name. Should you really answer that unknown call? In the digital age, your phone is both a lifeline and a landmine. Surveys reveal that over 67% of people ignore calls from unknown numbers, and they're right to be cautious. Modern scammers now use spoofed caller ID to impersonate banks, government agencies, or even family members. These calls often carry social engineering traps, false alarms, emotional manipulation, or too good to be true offers. Fraudsters use robocalls to probe your habits and harvest data. Experts advise using call blocking apps, reporting suspicious numbers, and letting unfamiliar calls go to voicemail. Some devices even use AI to screen and transcribe unknown callers in real time. So next time your phone rings from unknown, it might be safer to wait, because the scariest part of a scam is how convincing it sounds. Ever wondered how huskies brave the cold? Siberian huskies are incredible dogs, specifically bred by the Chukchi tribe of Northeast Asia to thrive in icy environments. These furry companions are equipped with unique physical traits that make them masters of cold weather. Their thick double coat is designed to keep them warm even in harsh temperatures, while their bushy tails can be used to cover their noses when they sleep, providing extra warmth. This breed doesn't just survive in extreme cold, they actually excel at it. Huskies were trained to pull sleds over long distances, which required not only strength but also stamina. The Chukchi people relied on them for transportation and hunting, forming a close bond with these loyal dogs. What's even more fascinating is how well huskies adapt to various terrains, making them ideal for the rugged Arctic landscape. It's no wonder they're often seen in winter sports or as beloved family pets today, capturing hearts with their playful nature and striking appearance. With their history steeped in survival, these dogs are truly a testament to nature's ability to adapt. Have you ever wondered why twins speak their own language? Around 40% of twins develop a fascinating phenomenon called cryptophagia, a private language made up of invented words, phrases, and even grammar that only they understand. This secret communication often begins in infancy, when twins spend so much time together that they start mirroring each other's early speech. These invented dialects can be rich and complex, often unintelligible to parents and outsiders. While the phenomenon usually fades once children are exposed to formal language in school, it offers a glimpse into how the human brain seeks to build structure and connection, even in isolation. Cryptophagia isn't just cute, it's a powerful demonstration of how language evolves socially and cognitively. In twins, we see an accelerated microcosm of linguistic invention that echoes the way entire human languages may have first formed. Can you imagine planets floating solo in space? These intriguing celestial bodies are known as rogue planets, and they wander the universe untethered to any star. After being ejected from their original star systems due to gravitational interactions or collisions, rogue planets travel freely through the cosmos. Some of them look similar to the gas giants we know, while others could resemble Earth, albeit without the warmth of a nearby sun. Catching a glimpse of these elusive wanderers is quite tricky though. They don't emit light like stars do and are often hidden in the darkness. Scientists first proposed their existence by observing gravitational lensing, where the gravity of a massive object distorts the light from background stars, creating a cosmic magnifying glass effect. As a result, rogue planets can momentarily reveal themselves as they pass in front of other celestial objects. This phenomenon not only hints at the diversity of planetary systems, but also raises fascinating questions about the potential for life elsewhere in the universe. Who knows what unique worlds are drifting through the cosmos, waiting to be discovered? Can you imagine how long your blood vessels are? It might blow your mind to learn that the human body houses an incredible network of blood vessels stretching around 60,000 miles, or about 96,500 kilometers. That's nearly enough to wrap around the Earth's equator 2.5 times. These vessels include arteries, veins, and capillaries, all working tirelessly to maintain our health. Arteries carry oxygen-rich blood from the heart to every part of your body, while veins return the oxygen-poor blood back to the heart, and capillaries act as tiny bridges between the two. If you line them all up, they'd create a massive web that's not just impressive, but essential for life. This circulatory system helps transport nutrients, hormones, and waste, playing a critical role in keeping our bodies functioning smoothly. So next time you feel your heartbeat, remember that it's a signal of that vast network at work, silently and efficiently delivering what we need for survival. Who would have thought Antarctica had speed limits? In 1991, the world's coldest, most remote continent saw an unlikely headline. First speeding ticket issued in Antarctica. A British tourist racing across the ice on a snowmobile at 40 km/h was stopped and fined under the Antarctic Treaty. Though it sounds absurd, the incident highlighted serious concerns. High speeds can crack the ice, disturb wildlife, and pose fatal risks in a land with no hospitals or roads. The treaty exists to protect Antarctica's delicate environment and ensure peaceful, scientific cooperation. Even in a land with no permanent residents, laws still matter. This speeding fine, though humorous, served as a warning that human presence must tread carefully, even where penguins outnumber people. Yes, even on the last continent, you can get busted for reckless driving. Have you ever wondered what lies beyond the universe? It's a fascinating thought. The universe has no physical edge like a wall you could bump into. Instead, there's something called the cosmological horizon, which sits about 46.6 billion light years away from us. Think of it as the limit of what we can observe. It's the farthest point from which light has had time to reach us since the Big Bang burst into existence over 13 billion years ago. Beyond this boundary, things get really interesting. Scientists suggest that the universe may extend forever in all directions, meaning it could be infinite. Alternatively, parts of it might loop back around, creating a kind of cosmic hallway with no end. Imagine traveling in one direction forever, only to find yourself back where you started. This idea challenges our understanding of space and time, showing just how mysterious and vast our universe truly is. So next time you gaze at the night sky, remember, there's a whole lot more out there beyond what our eyes can see. Bananas are surprising little fruit powerhouses, aren't they? You might find it hard to believe, but bananas are actually slightly radioactive. This intriguing fact comes down to potassium, which is a key nutrient found in bananas. About 0.01% of the potassium in bananas is potassium-40, a naturally occurring isotope that is radioactive. But before you start worrying about munching on too many bananas, let's put this into perspective. The level of radiation in bananas is extremely low. So low, in fact, that you'd have to eat about 10,000 of them in one sitting for it to pose any kind of health risk. In fact, you encounter more radiation from everyday activities, like flying in an airplane or even having a chest X-ray. This natural radioactivity is just one of the many reasons bananas are fascinating. Not only are they a delicious and nutritious snack, rich in vitamins and minerals, but they also come with a little science surprise that makes them even more interesting. So the next time you enjoy a banana, you can share this quirky fact with your friends. Believe it or not, the Mississippi River is losing its ice. Climate change is significantly affecting our planet, and one intriguing result is the diminishing ice cover on the mighty Mississippi River. Normally, this river experiences freezing temperatures during winter, which creates a beautiful layer of ice. However, due to rising global temperatures, this ice is melting earlier and faster each year. This change isn't just a minor detail, it carries serious implications. With less ice, there's a greater risk of ice jams forming as the river thaws. Ice jams occur when chunks of ice block the river flow, leading to flooding in surrounding areas. If ice continues to vanish, we might see more extreme weather events, impacting both wildlife and local communities. The shifting patterns of seasons that lead to this ice loss can disrupt fish migration and even affect the local economy. Understanding the consequences of climate change on our water systems is crucial for finding ways to adapt and protect the environments we cherish. What will happen next if this trend continues? Curious about unexpected ways mapping services work? It's fascinating to think about how our maps get updated, especially when you consider the hard-to-reach places. Have you ever noticed that some areas just can't be accessed by car? In these cases, mapping services have a creative solution. They send people out with specialized backpacks fitted with cameras. These folks, known as mapping explorers, hike through trails, parks, and even urban environments that cars can't reach. As they walk, their cameras snap thousands of images that are stitched together to create detailed 3D maps. This method ensures that every winding path and hidden corner is captured accurately, making it easier for people to navigate. The process isn't just about getting from point A to point B, it's about discovering the routes that offer breathtaking views or lead to secret spots. So next time you use a navigation app, remember the footsteps of these explorers making the world a little clearer, one photo at a time. Prepare to be amazed by painkiller pricing. You might think that branded painkillers work better than their generic cousins, but there's a surprising twist. They're actually chemically identical. That's right. The aspirin, ibuprofen, or acetaminophen you find in a generic bottle is the same as what you get from a name brand. The only real differences lie in the label, marketing, and of course, the price. Have you ever noticed that a well-known brand can cost you significantly more? This is largely due to extensive advertising and packaging, which leads many people to assume that they're getting a higher quality product. However, studies show that both types of medications meet the same rigorous safety and effectiveness standards set by health authorities. So when you reach for that bottle on the shelf, you don't have to feel guilty about saving a few bucks with the generic option. In the end, whether you choose Tylenol, Advil, or their generic versions, you're getting the same pain relief. Now, isn't that a good reason to check those labels next time? What if I told you roulette has a devilish secret? It's true. If you add all the numbers on a standard roulette wheel from 1 to 36, you get a surprising total of 66. Now, this number might ring a bell for those familiar with the Bible, as it's often referred to as the number of the beast. This spooky connection has led some players and superstitious gamblers to dub roulette the game of the devil. Imagine sitting at a vibrant casino table, the spinning wheel glimmering under the lights, and knowing that you're playing a game that stirs up such eerie legends. The combination of chance and fortune in roulette is thrilling on its own, but when you sprinkle in a dash of biblical lore, it adds an extra layer of excitement and mystery. Many players might chuckle or shrug off the idea, but the blend of luck, strategy, and that devilish number keeps the game intriguing. It's a reminder that even in games of chance, we often seek meaning or connections that can keep us guessing and talking long after the chips are placed. This might surprise you. Our universe could be flat. Imagine a universe where the rules of geometry are just like those in your high school math class, where parallel lines never cross, and the angles of a triangle always add up to 180 degrees. That's what scientists are suggesting when they say our universe might be flat. This concept comes from cosmology, which studies the universe's structure and origins. The shape of the universe is determined by its overall density. If that density hits a special balance known as critical density, it results in a flat universe. Observations of the cosmic microwave background radiation, a faint glow from the early universe, have provided powerful evidence that supports this flatness, or at least that the universe is very close to being flat on a large scale. What does this mean for us? If our universe is indeed flat, it will continue to expand forever, but the speed of that expansion will gradually slow down over time. So next time you gaze up at the stars, remember, you're peering into a potentially flat universe that's endlessly stretching out before you. Ever wondered why winter feels so magical? There's something truly enchanting about the winter season that beckons us to explore and appreciate the beauty around us. From cozy nights by the fire to snowy landscapes that look like they came straight out of a fairy tale, winter paints a stunning backdrop for adventure. Each destination has its own special charm, whether it's the twinkling lights of a festive market, the thrill of skiing down a snow-covered slope, or the peaceful silence of a snowy forest. It's a time for shared moments, like snowball fights with friends or sipping hot cocoa with loved ones. Every place reveals a unique winter wonderland, making the season feel like a giant invitation to embrace joy and exploration. People often gather for local traditions, create lifelong memories, and find beauty in the chilly air and beautiful scenery. So while you might be bundling up, don't forget that winter offers its own kind of warmth through the connections we make and the adventures we share. What do you call a group of hedgehogs? An array! This quirky term perfectly captures the adorable charm of these spiky little creatures. Hedgehogs are fascinating animals known for their round bodies, tiny faces, and of course, their iconic spines that protect them from predators. You might spot them rummaging through gardens or snuffling around in the underbrush at dusk. The term array not only reflects the delightful way they come together, but also highlights their unique behaviors. When hedgehogs gather, they might be foraging for food or trying to find mates during the breeding season. While they are typically solitary animals, seeing them in a group can be quite a heartwarming sight. Hedgehogs belong to the Intricacies family, and there are several species around the world, each with its own quirky traits and habitats. So next time you hear about an array of hedgehogs, think of a bunch of sweet little balls of fur and spines gathering together, reminding us of nature's magic in bringing creatures of all kinds together.